Good morning, 60 gang. It's your boy Doug. We reached November the 24th. A few more days from Thanksgiving. Good morning to those who woke up today to be in the presence of the Lord. Happy birthday to those born today, November 24th. And my condolences go out to those who did not wake up this morning. Hanging out in McDonough this morning. Just leaving Mr. Cagle. Wonderful home. Put in the ice maker. Now we ride from here to Roswell, Georgia. On the way to the bank, of course. I'll get up early, man. Early bird catch the worm, you feel me? Let's see if I can get this guy a call. Hold on. Get this guy a call. Oh, he is gotta know what contracts I'm on. Delete. Done with him. So now Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes in Roswell. We're about over an hour away. Let's see if he'll let me come on in.
Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Hughes.
Good morning.
Good morning. I think we texted last night about your dryer.
Yes, sir.
I'm in McDonough, Georgia, and I was on my way to Loganville when I got a cancellation for stop number 2, and they canceled, which puts me right on you. I've got an hour, 18-minute ride to your house if it's okay.
That sounds good, man. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll see you in about 9:35.
All right. See you then.
Thank you. Appreciate you. You're going with us. Where's my, okay, we're going to do YouTube. Put that over there. Does anybody want to be on this page?
In politics, when something happens and most people only catch the headline. What just happened in Minnesota is one of those moments, because while many Americans saw a headline about Trump ending a program for Somali immigrants, very few understood why he did it, how it connects to Ilhan Omar's district, and what kind of investigation triggered it behind the scenes. This isn't a small administrative adjustment. This is a decisive move aimed at dismantling a network that federal investigators say has been draining taxpayer funds, rerouting money overseas, and destabilizing an entire region of the state. Trump just shut down a program affecting hundreds of people tied to a fraud network with somewhere between 250 and 300 million. And somehow all of it circles back to Minneapolis and a political figure whose district is now under more scrutiny than at any time in recent memory. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what what happened, why so few outlets are explaining the real reason behind Trump's decision, and why this could reshape the political future of Ilhan Omar and Minnesota as a whole. And I want to do this in a way that makes sense, because this story matters to every American who pays taxes, who trusts their government to manage programs honestly, and who wonders what happens when those systems break down. So let's start at the beginning. What actually triggered all of this? What made the President of the United States look at one state, one community, and say enough? Trump announced he was terminating something called temporary protected status for Somali immigrants living in Minnesota, effective immediately. Now, if you're not familiar with TPS, it's essentially a legal shield the government grants to people from countries facing disaster or conflict. It allows them to stay in America temporarily without fear of deportation. It's meant to be compassionate, humane, a safety net for people fleeing genuine danger. But here's where things took a hard turn. Trump cited large-scale welfare fraud, money laundering, and the discovery that millions of taxpayer dollars had been funneled into overseas networks, some even reaching extremist groups, according to federal reports. He wasn't just ending a program, he was responding to something much bigger, much darker, that had been unfolding for years. Now, before we dive into the political fallout, we need to understand the system that allowed this to happen in the first place. Because this isn't really a story about immigration policy. It's a story about what happens when oversight fails, when programs designed to help vulnerable people get hijacked by organized networks, and when state leaders either don't notice or choose not to act. Minnesota has become home to the largest Somali population in the entire country. We're talking somewhere between 75 and 85,000 people. That's a sizable community. Many arrived as refugees over the past couple of decades, fleeing violence and instability back home. And part of that community includes immigrants who received TPS status. Now, investigators began discovering something troubling. Multiple coordinated schemes were targeting programs meant to help vulnerable Americans, meal programs for children, medical support systems, housing assistance for people with disabilities. Think about that for a moment. Programs designed to feed hungry kids, programs meant to help people with autism get therapy, programs to keep seniors and people recovering from addiction in stable housing. These aren't abstract government line items. These are lifelines for real people. And someone figured out how to game the system to turn compassion into profit. The details of these schemes reveal why the fallout is so massive. Let me walk you through what federal authorities uncovered, because understanding the mechanics helps you see why Trump's response was so decisive. Investigators found operations involving fake meal invoices, people claiming that red flags got ignored because there simply weren't enough people watching. And here's where it gets really troubling. The money didn't stay in Minnesota. According to analysts and federal reports, large sums were being sent overseas, eventually filtering into territories controlled by al-Shabaab, an al-Qaeda-linked group in Somalia. Now, I want to be careful here. Most Somali immigrants in Minnesota are hardworking, law-abiding people who came here for a better life. They're not involved in this. But there were organized networks exploiting community connections, using remittance systems to move money, and in some cases those funds ended up in very dangerous hands. In parts of Somalia controlled by these groups, there's essentially a tax on any money coming in from abroad. So even if someone sends money home to help family a portion gets skimmed off the top. It's extortion, really. And when you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars flowing out of Minnesota, even small percentages add up fast. One analyst put it bluntly, the single largest funder of al-Shabaab in the world might just be the Minnesota taxpayer. Now, once that connection surfaced, attention naturally turned to the political leadership responsible for oversight, and that's where things got uncomfortable for a lot of people in state government. Governor Tim Walsh faced criticism from both conservatives and Democrats who argued that warnings about fraud had been ignored for years. People started asking hard questions. How did these programs expand so quickly? Why didn't state leaders intervene sooner? And who, if anyone, benefited from the political silence? Think about it from a taxpayer's perspective. You work your whole life, you pay into systems that are supposed to help people who genuinely need it. And then you find out that billions, yes, billions over several years have been siphoned off through fraud, not just wasted through inefficiency, but stolen through deliberate schemes. How does that make you feel? For seniors especially, this hits differently because many of you remember when government programs were smaller, more accountable, easier to track. You remember when a dollar spent actually reached the person it was meant to help. And you've watched over the decades as programs grew larger, more complex, and seemingly more vulnerable to abuse. This Minnesota situation is a perfect case study in what happens when scale outpaces accountability, with investigators uncovering broader patterns. The focus shifted to the congressional district at the center of it all, and that district is represented by Ilhan Omar. Now, let's be clear and fair here. Currently, there's no evidence that Omar herself participated in any fraud, but her district is where many of the accused operators lived or worked. The programs under investigation, the community networks being examined, the donors who funded various operations, all of this traces back through areas she represents. Some individuals connected to these networks had previously interacted with her campaign or community organizations she supported. And then there was the video. Back in 2021, Omar recorded a publicity video for a restaurant in Minneapolis called Safari Restaurant. It seemed harmless at the time, promoting a local business, showing support for a community. But that restaurant later became central to one of the fraud investigations. It was allegedly a front for a money laundering operation using fake meal distribution as cover. The optics, in hindsight, were devastating. Omar has claimed no involvement in the scandal whatsoever. And again, there's no direct evidence tying her to the fraud schemes. But politically, the damage was done, because when you represent a district where this level of organized crime is happening, people start asking, how did you not know? What were you doing while this was unfolding? Why didn't you sound the alarm? And then the political shock wave hit, not just for Omar, but for thousands of her supporters, because Trump's announcement didn't just end a program on paper. It instantly affected somewhere between 700 and 1,000 Somali residents with TPS status. Many of them lived in areas that overwhelmingly support Omar. Many had built lives in America over 10, 15, even 20 years. They had jobs, families, roots. Overnight, people who had been legally protected for years suddenly faced the possibility of removal, and the reaction inside Minneapolis was immediate and intense. Local leaders accused Trump of targeting an entire community for the actions of a few. Residents expressed fear and frustration. Some activists claimed this decision could destabilize entire neighborhoods, tear apart families, destroy livelihoods. The emotional weight of it was real and heavy. Meanwhile, others argued that the fraud was too extensive, too damaging, too connected to dangerous groups overseas to ignore. The political temperature spiked, especially for Omar, whose critics used the scandal to question her leadership, her priorities, and her effectiveness. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't just a political story, it's a system story. And for seniors, it's about something even more fundamental than politics. It's about taxpayer money. Your money that was intended to support programs like meal assistance, disability services, medical care. The investigation showed how vulnerable systems can be overwhelmed by coordinated fraud, draining resources that were meant for Americans who genuinely need help. Imagine you've paid into Social Security your whole working life. You expect it to be there when you retire. Now, imagine finding out that billions were being stolen from similar programs through fake claims and nobody stopped it for years. That's the feeling a lot of Americans have right now about what happened in Minnesota. And that brings us to the long-term consequences. Because Trump's action sets a precedent, it sends a message. If a state fails to manage its programs, if fraud gets out of control, if taxpayer money ends up funding dangerous groups overseas, federal intervention becomes a real possibility. Minnesota could face deeper audits, new restrictions, or federal oversight of programs that used to be managed entirely at the state level. For Omar, the political challenges are just beginning. She may face pressure from within her own district, especially if voters feel the system was mismanaged or that leadership failed to protect them. She'll have to answer difficult questions about oversight, about what she knew and when, about whether her political priorities blinded her to problems festering in her own backyard. So what comes next? That's the question everyone's asking. Because this decision doesn't exist in a vacuum. It ripples outward in ways most people haven't fully considered yet. This decision signals a broader shift in how federal leaders might approach immigration-related fraud across the country. Other states with large TPS populations are watching closely. If you're a governor in a state with significant refugee or immigrant communities, you're probably looking at your own programs right now, wondering if you have the oversight mechanisms in place to catch this kind of activity before it spirals out of control. Political debates around TPS, welfare programs, and state accountability are about to get much louder, especially as we head into election cycles, because this touches on so many hot button issues at once: immigration, government spending, national security, fraud, terrorism financing. It's a perfect storm of controversy, and politicians on both sides will use it to make their case about what America should look like, how we should manage our borders, and what responsibilities we owe to people who come here seeking refuge. Now, I want to take a step back for a moment and talk about something that often gets lost in these heated debates. The human element, because it's easy to look at numbers, 200, 150 million, 300 million, and feel outraged. It's easy to read about terrorism connections and feel afraid. But there are real people on all sides of the story who are hurting. There are Somali families in Minnesota who had nothing to do with any fraud, who are now terrified that will be deported back to a country many of their children have never even seen. There are American families who relied on meal programs or housing assistance and watched funding dry up because the money was stolen. There are investigators and law enforcement officers who spent years building cases trying to stop the bleeding, frustrated that the system moved so slowly. And there are seniors, people like you, who watch all of this unfold and wonder, how did we get here? How did programs meant to help people become vehicles for organized crime? And more importantly, how do we fix it? Those are the questions that matter most, because outrage is easy. Assigning blame is easy. But actually reforming systems, actually building accountability without destroying the compassionate purpose behind these programs, that's the hard work. Let me give you an analogy that might help. Think of these government assistance programs like a community garden. The idea is beautiful, right? Everyone contributes a little, and in return, people who need food can come and take what they need. It works when everyone acts in good faith. But what happens when organized groups start showing up at night, harvesting everything, selling it for profit, and shipping the money overseas? The garden dies. The people who genuinely need it go hungry. And eventually someone has to step in and say, we're shutting this down until we can figure out how to protect it. That's essentially what Trump did. He looked at a system that had been completely overwhelmed and said, this stops now. We're revoking the protection status, we're cutting off the fraud networks, and we're sending a message that this won't be tolerated. Now, reasonable people can disagree about whether that was the right approach. Some will say it was too broad, that it punished innocent people for the crimes of a few. Others will say it was the only way to send a strong enough message to stop the bleeding. But what nobody can disagree with is this: the system failed spectacularly and someone had to act. For Minnesota, the road ahead is uncertain. The state will likely face intense federal scrutiny for years. Every program, every claim, every dollar will be examined more closely. That might mean better accountability in the long run, but it also means bureaucracy, delays, and frustration for people who depend on these services. For Ilhan Omar, the political calculus has shifted dramatically. She's been a polarizing figure since she entered Congress, celebrated by progressives for her bold stances, criticized by conservatives for her positions on Israel, foreign policy, and immigration. But this scandal hits differently because it's local, it's concrete, and it's tied to something everyone understands: theft. Her opponents will argue she should have known, should have acted, should have been a watchdog instead of a cheerleader. Her supporters will argue she's being unfairly blamed for a systemic problem that predates her time in office. The truth, as it usually is, probably lies somewhere in between. She may not have been directly involved, but leadership means taking responsibility for what happens in your district. And this happened on her watch. The national ripple effect is already beginning. Conservative media outlets are using the story as a case study in what they see as failed progressive policies, open borders, expansive welfare programs, lack of oversight. Progressive media outlets are framing it as an example of Trump's cruelty, his willingness to punish entire communities for the actions of criminals. Both narratives contain elements of truth and both miss the bigger picture. We live in a time of incredible complexity. Our government systems are massive, sprawling, difficult to manage. Our immigration system is broken in ways that create vulnerabilities. Our welfare programs are essential, but also susceptible to fraud when oversight can't keep pace with growth. And our political leaders on both sides often lack the courage to address these problems honestly, because the solutions require nuance, compromise, and political risk. What happened in Minnesota is a symptom of all of these larger failures. It's what happens when compassionate intentions meet inadequate systems, when community trust gets exploited by organized networks, when political leaders prioritize optics over accountability, when federal and state governments fail to communicate and coordinate effectively. And here's what worries me most. This probably isn't the only place it's happening. Minnesota got caught. The fraud was so large, so brazen, that it couldn't be hidden anymore. But how many other states have smaller versions of the same problem? How many other communities have networks operating just under the radar? How many other programs are being drained slowly enough that nobody notices until it's too late? These are uncomfortable questions, but they're important ones. Because if we only focus on Minnesota, if we only talk about Trump's decision or Omar's political future, we miss the opportunity to actually fix the underlying problems. So what can be done? What should be done? And what can ordinary Americans learn from this situation? First, we need to accept that accountability and compassion aren't opposites. You can want to help refugees and also demand rigorous oversight of the programs meant to serve them. You can support immigration and also prosecute fraud. These positions aren't contradictory. In fact, the only way to sustain compassionate programs long-term is to protect them from abuse. Second, we need to demand better from our state and federal leaders. Not just partisan point scoring, but actual reform. That means investing in auditing systems, in technology that can flag suspicious patterns in coordination between agencies. It means creating consequences for officials who ignore warning signs. It means rewarding whistleblowers who come forward when they see problems. Third, we need to recognize that these issues are complicated. It's tempting to want simple answers. Close the borders, and the programs, deport everyone. Or on the other side, ignore the fraud. Focus only on the humanitarian crisis. Assume anyone raising concerns is motivated by prejudice. But reality is messy. Most situations require us to hold multiple truths at once. That most immigrants are good people seeking better lives. And that organized fraud networks exist. That refugees deserve protection. And that taxpayers deserve accountability. That compassion matters. And that consequences matter too. For seniors especially, I think there's a unique perspective you bring to these conversations. You've lived through enough political cycles to know that the outrage of the moment usually fades. You've seen enough scandals to know that both parties have their share of failures. You understand that systems break down slowly over time, and that fixing them requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to look beyond the headlines. So as this story continues to unfold, and it will continue because investigations like this take years to fully prosecute, I'd encourage you to stay informed, but also to stay grounded. Don't let the partisan noise distract you from the real issues. Don't let fear or anger cloud your judgment about what actually needs to change. And
I want to do. I do a pretty good job of it.
No, you don't look like a woman at all.
Besides my chin, if I hide my chin, yes, I do.
You gotta
yes,
do.
I do, Jesse.
You gotta do more than that.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, I can. Stevie Wonder can see that you're not a woman. He's coming in as a transgender person, and under the name of Willow Kessler. Willow Kessler, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Jesse. And just to start off, it's she. Thank you.
I'm sorry?
It's she. You kept saying him. It's she.
No, I said he came in as a transgender person this time, right? Knowing that you are a male and pretending that you are a woman, that makes you happy?
Not completely, but it makes me content. It makes me happier.
But why doesn't it make? Why do it if it's not completely making you happy completely? But you're never gonna be happy pretending to be a woman. Just ask Bruce Jenner. He's not happy.
I think he looks pretty happy, to be honest with you.
Oh no, he doesn't look happy to me.
No?
Uh-uh.
So, you know what? Screw it. Let's just make trans leagues. If they're going to be weak like that.
But who would want to watch a bunch of drag queens playing sports?
Well, I'm not a drag queen. I'm a trans woman. There's a big difference, Jesse.
But you are a man in a dress, so you're a drag queen. You can call it whatever you want. But in reality, it's a drag queen, right?
No, a drag queen is like an adult entertainer, Jesse. I'm not an adult entertainer, okay? I don't go to clubs and do shows and dance.
Oh.
I'm a proper lady. I'm just an average woman. What is funny?
Oh God.
What are you laughing at, Jesse?
I'm laughing at you.
Where I don't think I should be around a bunch of sex-starved men that haven't seen their wives in 6 months. I'm just going to be a sex object. They're going to be drooling over me all day. I should not be in that environment. So I am not mad about it.
You think that if you were in the military that there would be men drooling over you?
Yes.
I seriously doubt that.
When they've gone months without seeing their wives and they get a glimpse of me in the morning, yes.
But I think if they saw you coming, they would leave the military.
I doubt that.
So what?
I doubt that.
You don't look like a woman at all.
Well, Jesse, I'm just starting, and I do not wear makeup. I'm a natural woman, so I could be one of the ones that plaster my face in makeup and try to be something I'm not. But I'm natural, and I have natural beauty. I have nice cheekbones. It's just the chin. That's it. Just the chin.
Take your wig off. Let me see what you look like.
No, I will not, Jesse. I'm growing my hair out right now, and it's... No, I will not do that.
No, let me see what you look like without the wig.
Sex and gender, those are social constructs. So I do not conform to the sex that I was assigned when I was born.
And you were born a boy.
As a boy. I was born a boy.
So you had the boy body parts and everything.
Yes. I was born with what is considered to be a boy.
Right.
Yes.
And so you were born a boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
grew up as a boy.
And you grew up as a boy.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you before you switched over to become a woman, a girl?
I think it's important that we understand processes that people have to go through, right? Those influences that we say blue is for boys and pink is for girls, right? Those are things that are ingrained into us. And because of those...
Your body parts also let you know that you're a boy too, right?
But again, it's a social construct.
I don't know what you mean by that, but your body parts do let you know I'm either a boy or a girl, right?
But
without having to be told.
According to society, and again, those social constructs that I'm talking about is that those institutions or those constructions that society has said that, if you have a penis, you're a boy. And if you have a vagina, you're a girl, right? Those are things that have been created to sort of like, in some ways divide people from humanity, as you put it.
So when you were a boy, did someone have to tell you that you were a boy, or did you know that on your own?
Pretty much.
You knew on your own?
No, pretty much I was told.
So before they call you Bambi, what was your name?
That I will not disclose.
You won't tell your boy name?
I will not.
Oh, okay.
It seems to me that you do have a very important role. You have an audience that follows you. And so when you send this type of messages to your audience, this is the types of messages that confuse your audience.
Well, I'm only asking the questions. You're giving the message.
Well, then I think you need to reframe your questions.
I need to reframe it. What do you mean? Then I wouldn't.
Your questions are not appropriate.
What do you mean?
You're asking me if I have had, if I had like sexual reassignment surgery. That is not appropriate.
You kind of look like you have. A boy don't grow.
But that's your own assumption, though. You know what I mean? Like you're making judgments. Straight.
You call Bruce Jenner a white.
Her name is Kathleen.
Her name is what?
Kathleen Jenner.
Okay, Bruce Caitlyn Jenner.
Her name is not Bruce.
But
Her
anyway,
name is
you call him a white supremacist.
It's not a him. Again,
Because let me just
you
finish
need
the
to
point.
be educated for real. You really need to be educated.
But let me finish the
on
point because of
subject.
time. You call him a white supremacist for supporting Donald Trump. Can you explain that?
She
it?
does have white privilege.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
But then again, you know, I mean,
What is
it
white
seems-
privilege?
Are you a journalist?
What is white privilege?
I think that's something that you should have already known.
Tell me in a few words or less, what is it? What is white privilege in your mind?
Like,
What does it feel like knowing that society would never accept transgender as a norm?
again, you know, what you think is a norm to you may be different what I think is a norm to me.
So you still feel like a woman?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that doesn't change.
And
That
so
doesn't
you
change.
feel feminine?
Sure, yeah, of course. And I think now, my feeling now is that gender is evolving. Like, I kind of used to be closed, believe it or not, even look at me now, you would never guess, but I used to be closed-minded myself about gender. I thought it had to be man, woman, or trans. But now there's like 1,000 different genders, so a person can be gender fluid. It's not even now, it's always been, but now people have names for it and can describe it. So I don't put myself now in a box. I'm definitely transgender. You came up with this equation like trauma equals transgender.
Right.
And like, I'm trying to tell you, and I hope I can open your heart to see that that's not what it is. It's just the way that just like you have dark hair, I'm transgender. Just like, you have brown eyes, I'm trans. It's not even a big deal.
But I don't feel my hair and eyes. I'm not feeling anything about it. Yeah, do you have, in 1 minute or so, do you have a question or anything for me that you wanted to ask?
I want to know if in meeting me at all and talking to me, was I able to open your heart just a little bit up, maybe towards transgender people, or understanding us better a little bit?
Well, I already understand transgender people. I know that a spiritual trauma happened. They were not able to overcome it, and so they grew in that by overreacting to situations. And I believe that in their minds, because their mind connection to the feelings, they really believe that what they're addressing, whether it's a man or woman. So I do understand that, and that's why I don't hold any grudges against anyone, because you really can't help yourself.
Right.
What does a boy feel like?
Well, that's hard to say. I think there's definitely a separation between men and women. So there's kind of a masculine tribe and a feminine tribe, or there's social cues, non-social cues. There's behavior that you're supposed to do, and there's behaviors you're not supposed to do. So for me, well, transsexuality is a combination of mental issues as well as biology. So when I was 5, I was trying to acclimate myself to being a boy, to being masculine, and it didn't fit for me. Like, I just didn't have the same nuances, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it other than just I didn't belong, and I knew I didn't belong.
Were you looking for a boy feeling? Were you trying to make yourself feel like a boy?
I'm not sure. I think it was more about, I'm not rough and tumble. I want to sit quietly and look and read or do something else. And again, on the surface, that's very innocuous, right? That's not, anybody can do that.
Right.
But it was more just a lack of feeling like I belonged to part of the tribe.
Did you feel like a girl at age 5?
No, because I didn't really know the differences between the genders at that point.
Oh, I see.
So
if you didn't feel like a girl and you didn't feel like a boy, what were you trying to put the words to?
I was physically masculine, but at the same time, my brain didn't go in the same processes. I didn't have the same sort of emotional level that boys had, or the same things that they're interested in, the same things that the ways they think and the same ways they operate. So for me, it felt like I was an outsider.
Do you think God made you that way? Made you boy, or made you look like a boy? or body parts of a boy, but he meant for you to be a girl?
I think that's a tough question, because I think if God made me as a transsexual, that was a pretty harsh thing to do. If I was born evil and wicked and what have you, and the only way to get through that was to just bear through it and grit your teeth and stiff upper lip and whatnot, I wouldn't have made it. But I do think if I was created this way and I was meant to go through the surgery and to be a positive example for that, for what things should be, then I guess then fine. But I don't, that's one of those things that I'm spiritually reconciling as well, because again, I wouldn't wish transsexuality as gender dysphoria on anybody.
So meaning that you're not sure if God made you that way or not?
I don't know.
You don't know if God
I don't
did.
have all the answers.
Yeah. But suppose that you walk into a bathroom and you see a fine woman up in there, and you know, a boy look, oh my gosh, she's so fine, and everything else follow. Are you afraid that could happen to you?
Afraid? I don't really understand. Afraid that I could be attracted to somebody?
Right.
Not any more so than I would be if I was walking down the street.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I don't seek out bathrooms to pick up dates, I guess, you know, so.
Do you think transgender people should be allowed to go into any bathroom according to how they feel?
If there's somebody who clearly doesn't belong there, you can generally tell. I mean, I don't know, it seems
how about
like.
for a guy who just feel like a woman but hasn't gone through the
The transitional stuff.
transitional
Yeah, I would say that that's.
he feel like a woman, has a dress on and a wig or whatever. Should he be allowed to go into the women's bathroom?
I'm not the final arbiter here, but I would be wary of that in the absolute extreme.
And how about the ladies who feel like men? They dress like men but not gone through the surgery. Should they be allowed to go into the men's bathroom?
Well, you're speaking in general terms. I think,
Because
again,
it's
it's more
becoming
of
an issue right now in the country.
No, I understand.
Should the country allow that to happen?
I think that the issue with the transgender bathroom issues is not a national choice. I think it should be up to the states and it should be up to local municipalities.
Do you think the states should pass laws that says, yes, a transgender person can go into whatever bathroom or shower that they feel like going into?
I know I might catch flack for this, but I think it's a bad idea. For me, as a trans person, before I had surgery, I had the right to I could go to, you know, a swimming area and I could disrobe in front of other people, but some people might take offense and objection to that. If you also consider the fact that the number of transsexuals out there is statistically insignificant.
So it's all as though you believe it's best to just make bathrooms, build bathrooms that says transgender people. Right?
I would say keep it the way it is. If there is a situation where somebody feels uncomfortable and I be assertive and say, you know what, please don't take this the wrong way, but could you please leave? And I mean, if I was a trans person, yes, I would be offended, but I would also say, okay, I don't want to start anything because I don't want to get hurt here, so I'll find somewhere else to.
So are you disagreeing with me because I say that they are evil?
By default, if a person is gay, does that make them evil?
Well, it's not the person, but it's this sin, the spirit that's made a home inside of them. And there are homosexuals who are locked in that lifestyle but know that there's something wrong with it. They just don't know how to overcome it. Mm-hmm. But then there are those who have accepted it and they're very radical and they're trying to impose it on others. That's evil. Those are the ones.
I would agree with anybody trying to enforce radical ideals on anybody else.
And so you agree that those homosexuals who are doing this are evil?
I guess yes, but at the same time, I'm also kind of concerned with the consequences of saying that.
Like what, for example?
I'll just where I don't want to have this hammer of, you know, negativity or people trying to mess with my life with it. I just don't want to start conflicts.
But that's a weak way of living. You don't want to live a life.
That's very true.
Believing what you believe to be true, but don't have the courage to stand up for that truth.
That's true.
You're not going to be happy like that.
No, I agree with you.
So
but I also have a career that I want to do, so.
And so you're afraid of losing your career?
Well, I guess you could say, yeah.
Oh, okay. And so does the career mean more than the truth?
No.
And so why are you selling out the truth for the career?
Oh, you got me there, Jesse.
How did you find a doctor that would do that for you?
Google.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's not super hard.
And so you have this surgery done, all the boy parts are gone, and the woman part is there. When you look in the mirror, does that seem weird?
No.
And so now...
If anything, it seemed weird before.
Oh, really? So as a boy, when you would look at yourself in the mirror, it felt weird? It seemed weird?
For sure. Yeah, a lot more comfortable now.
That's amazing. And so do you feel like I'm a woman now all the way?
I feel like Blair. I just feel like myself. I just live my life.
Do you have peace?
I do. I have a lot of peace.
And what does peace feel like now that you've gone through the whole thing?
Being content with myself and being able to do, the simplest of things and not think about, like transition or being trans, just moving on. That's what peace is to me.
And I've asked other people this too. What does a woman feel like?
You mean like what's it feel like to be one?
Yes. Because being a man, there are no feelings. You don't feel like a man. And I hear a lot of men who have been traumatized say that they feel like a woman. What does a woman feel like?
I would never be able to know what being a biological woman feels like, but I know what it's like to be myself and to be a trans woman. I know what it's like to be Blair White, so that's kind of what I go on. I'm just a naturally feminine person. I've always been since I was, like I said, this high, and so that's the way my life panned out because that's just what I was.
Do you think that God made a mistake by giving you boy parts, knowing that you were a girl? Like, you know how you up in heaven, they put in this body together? Because the father and mother's about to make a baby, right? So they put in this body together. Do you think going through the factory they made a mistake? Something else went wrong?
Well, I don't particularly believe in God, so it's not necessarily something I could answer. If I were to accept that God exists, I would say probably not a mistake. I mean...
So you don't believe in God?
No, I don't think about it too much. I'm not like an atheist. I'm not like anti-religion, anti-God, anti-theism at all. But I don't think about it.
And so where do you get your morality? Where do you get your values from, if not from God?
I guess just from a basic comprehension of what hurts people, what helps people, what's good and what's bad for people. I think just moving throughout the world, you kind of develop that. I don't necessarily need the Bible. Obviously, we live in a based Christian society.
But my point is, God, and I know you don't believe in God,
right.
But he created us all. He created us male and female, right? And so he doesn't make mistakes. And so he made you male, but something happened that makes you think you're female.
Well, I've never thought I'm female. It's not like I look in the mirror and hallucinate and think, oh, that's a female. It's never been that. It was more of, I know to live a successful, fulfilled, and happy life, I needed to assume the life of one and live as one. Not necessarily. I don't think like, I don't have weird hallucinations. I don't think that I am something I'm not. I know I'm biologically male. I was born that way, will die that way. But luckily we live in, a society in which you can make changes to yourself. You can live the life that you want. And so I took advantage of that.
Did society make the right decision to accept this, knowing that it's not right to accept men and women who think that they're a man or a woman, blah, blah, blah? Or should society have stood with what they knew was right and help the person to overcome the problem?
Well, there was many centuries of trying that. I mean, there's been a lot of, failed attempts at therapy for trans people other than transition. None of them have ever worked.
In the meetings, we were talking about if I were going to call you a he or a she, right? So we're going back and forth with that.
Right.
If I call you he, would you be offended by that instead of she?
Offended is a strong word. Probably annoyed.
You'd be annoyed. And why?
Because it would just come across as very intentional and not because it was natural.
How about if in my mind I know that you're a boy, and so because you changed the body part, it didn't change my mind, and so just knowing did not.
Okay.
So in knowing that, I'm still calling you a boy, but it's not meant to be mean. Would you accept it then?
Well, except in what way? Like, would we go hang out and we'd be at McDonald's and you'd call me he in front of everyone? Probably not that.
No, I mean doing this interview.
Oh, I could stomach it. I don't care.
Would you be offended?
No, like I said, that's a strong word. I'd probably be annoyed. I would flip this table. Just kidding.
They are now going to a point where they have this thing called no gender. instead of boy or girl. They don't want gender identification anymore. Is that ridiculous?
Obviously, there's no scientific basis behind being an actual non-male or female. Like, people are just male or female.
Do you think they should be teaching this to boys and girls when they're 5 years of age? Should they be teaching that to kids at such an early age?
No, I don't see a reason why kids should learn about like the intricacies of like being trans or even being gay. I think people find that out when they're older, regardless.
Yeah. I enjoyed talking to you. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
No, I don't think
So
that's okay.
it's okay for me to push her. So it's gonna be okay for me to push her in her face.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
I just got back in this house 5 minutes
I'll
ago.
talk to your son separately.
Yeah, and I could call the person who just brought me back home. I just got back home.
I am not talking to you right now.
But if it was her cause you and told you I put my hands on you, y'all would have arrested me.
I'm just heartbroken to see my husband coming from work and act this crazy because, for one,
I don't have.
You don't have no finances. You from St. Martin. You have no ID, no social, no nothing. You can't take care of a child. You have a child here already that you can't take care of. Don't know who his father is.
This is
I'm
your
taking
first?
care of- with her, yes.
How many other children you got?
I have one other son.
we married at the courthouse.
Bro, she put her f***ing hands
So
on me.
you
A
want me to-
person,
you want me
a
to-
person can deny it all day, but I'm not, listen, there's no disrespect to y'all, but I'm not gonna keep doing this, bro. It's not the first time, it's not the second time, it's not the third time.
Listen, the other officer already asked you. He's the primary investigator on this case. Okay, well listen, he's going inside to grab him.
Cancel.
Causing issues where you are both possibly going to go to jail, and I'm going to have the EC up and take your kids.
Yes, thank you.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Al, what's going on?
My wife, they put her hands on me. Me and my son sleeping. We had a disturbance earlier.
I know, I was just here.
Oh,
Same
me and
vibe,
my son
same
left. Okay, me and my son left. We came back. Nobody was here. Me and my son been sleeping. She come in. The doors closed. Me and him sleeping. Now, I didn't even hear her come in at first. Next thing you know, she get to talking. What's going on? I wake up. She was just running her mouth. I don't say nothing. She keeps still going.
About what?
About what happened earlier. She drunk. So she's talking about, she telling her son in there, oh, don't worry, your cousin gonna shoot his ass. He gonna kill him. He gonna kill him tonight. He gonna die tonight. I get up, open the door, look in there. She like, yeah, motherfucker, put your hands on me. Put your hands on me. I'm like, I'm not finna go through this. My son's asleep. I shut the door. Go back, lay next to him. Boom, bust open the door. Start throwing shit all over the place. Talking shit to him. Next thing you know, I'm just sitting on the bed. Now I'm up. Like making sure she ain't trying to get my keys and nothing like that. The lights are off. When the lights are up, she this close to me. Now when she there, get up off. She trying to get me, she agitated for me to hit her. She in my face. I won't touch. She steady lunching at me. Hand in my face, push me in my face. That's what she doing to me. I'm not finna put my hands on you. When I get up, I got my boxers on. I put my pants on, grab him. Now you're tripping. Put your hands on me again. I walked outside and I called the police.
What?
That's when she locked us out.
You sure?
She's drunk. She just walked in here 2 o'clock in the morning.
She may be, I'm going to find out again, but last time you said, like, she wasn't plastered like you were describing.
No.
Like, she is able to have a normal conversation and everything like that. You were making it sound like she was plastered and doing child neglect and amplifying what was not really the last time I spoke to you and everything like that. Like last time I spoke to you,
how she was, she out, like even my neighbors were saying that. Like she was drunk, bro, she was drunk. I'm like,
I said, like y'all two, if y'all, I'm gonna go talk to her again.
Bro,
but
she just put her f***ing hands on me, bro.
Well, I don't see it.
Outside.
You have any bruises?
No, I don't have no f***ing bruises.
Okay.
I'm f***ing sleeping, bro. You steady f***ing putting your hands on me, ain't shit happening. Like this some bull, bro.
Harvey, you sure you got it? Huh?
Constantly putting it in some bull, bro. On a twist the knob, you lock me and my motherfucking child out and I'm paying rent here, putting your motherfucking hands on me, threatening me with your cousin and shit, got it all in messages, text messages. All that shit while I'm asleep.
We'll just let him speak with her real quick. He'll probably come back down here, ask you some more questions, stuff like that. And we'll go on about that, alright?
I'm not getting no more justice today. It's some bro. Exactly. Not even answering the motherfucking door. Lock me out with my son.
Let's push it.
Okay. What's going on?
I don't know. I just came back home.
Okay.
I was like, it's in Challenger. You calling the police on me for nothing? Yeah. He came outside, and I'm like, whatever. I just went to sleep.
I want to see if you're as drunk as he's saying he is. Stand up for me. Once you follow the tip of my finger with your eyes only. Don't move your head.
Okay.
Okay? Don't move your head.
Oh, wow.
Just let him talk.
Charlie 455, 302.
Where are you going?
When you're available, can you give me a 45?
Okay. You have nystagmus in your eyes, so you have been drinking.
Yeah, I was by the beach. Remember when you came here first?
Yes.
Why are you smoking with the child, man?
What you want me to do, bro?
Relax.
I can't f***ing relax, bro. Like, you don't understand. Like, she already got an order of protection on me for lying. And now I'm going through this shit again. Y'all don't understand. This shit is agitating, bro. I'm sleep with my son, bro.
I get you. That's why he's talking.
Bro, like, this some shit, bro.
Yeah, and I went to the beach and I sat down and I came back home.
So when you came back home, what happened?
Yeah, he was like, I was just like, why are you calling the police on me? I haven't done anything. And he was like, I'm like, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Okay.
Are you asking why I called the police?
I said, why did you call
for the last time or?
Yeah, for the last time. I'm like, why you call the police? Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Okay. Long story short, we got married, right? We moved out of state. He abused me my whole pregnancy.
I already heard all that.
Yes, I came back. He begged me. So I'm like, why are you doing all this for what? Like, my grandmother. I was like, okay, my grandmother, she's in prison right now. So
I'm not worried about all that.
No,
what happened between you and him?
Yeah, because my grandmother, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, bro, I had to block her. Look at this shit. Telling me my son, not mine, all this type of shit. I got more messages. Facebook. Another phone she has. My fucking phone.
So my grandmother, she is very messy. So she went and told him, oh, how I'm f***ing all kind of niggas, I'm a whore, and this and that. So ever since, like, he had my grandmother get into it and said, okay, I didn't want to go about that. I wasn't with him, but my grandmother got arrested and now her bills getting high, so she tried to overcharge me money. So that's why I'm with him.
It's old stuff. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go to Britain.
How far go up?
Oh, shit. It's all tonight.
Oh, that was yesterday?
Yeah, that's basically.
Oh, yeah, 8:56.
Yeah. And then I'll show you Facebook. Because she couldn't, because I blocked her already. Because she kept calling my phone, threatening me, a cousin in the background. So.
Well, right now I was sleeping.
So when you came home,
yeah, I was like, why did you call the police? And he said, oh, I'm gonna call the police. And I said, okay, I'm going to sleep. And that's what I was doing. I was sleeping in the car. I didn't even sleep in the bed.
You put your hands on him?
For what? I'm with my son. I don't put my hands on nobody. I got 2 boys. My son, I was sleeping. You heard you knock? I didn't answer because I was knocking. And then I waked up because I heard the other knock. And you said the police department. I was...
Right. And with her other son and her telling her how her cousin gonna kill me, all this shit, telling me I won't make it to 10 roof, all this shit, put her hands on me while I'm f***ing sitting in the bed.
I have to cook. I'm still cooking. My food is on low fire right now.
Okay, well, I don't, y'all
Do y'all know he does that?
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. You were causing me problems and yes, y'all both.
Yeah, we hear him because I'm sleeping.
Both of y'all.
Yeah, you're right, because you could be doing something else better. This is irrelevant.
I mean, but you...
But he said I put his hands on him.
You wasn't sleeping. Where you
Relax.
sleeping at? Where you sleeping at?
He's talking to.
He said...
Can I call my son? Because I literally just got back home. I could call the person I was with. I could call the person. I just got back in this house 5 minutes ago.
I'll talk to your son separately.
Yeah, and I could call the person who just brought me back home. I just got back home.
I am not talking to you right now. I
just got into the house. I can call my son. I just got into the house. This is irrelevant. I just got home. I'm trying to sleep.
You mind if I talk to your son separately?
Yes, of course. Can I smoke a cigarette in the back?
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I sit and talk to him?
Of course. It's nothing.
You said there was stuff that was like her making threats?
Yeah.
Where at?
That was in the messages.
Yeah, so show me. I'm talking about tonight.
Yeah. It's in this.
You're not his dad. He was not your son. You're a dead man.
You're a dead man walking. That's threats. And then when the person she talking about that she was just with, when she called me on the phone, that's when she was telling me how he gonna shoot you, he gonna kill you. Said, don't come back here tonight. Don't even come back here tonight.
That's what you said?
Yeah, that's what I told her. And when 12 o'clock came around, she wasn't here. 1 o'clock came around, me and him went to sleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, you come in here. Oh. Her son wasn't even in the room when this happened. Your son is laying on the couch.
How old is her son?
7 years old. He can barely complete a sentence.
Were you guys yelling and stuff like that?
I was sleeping.
No, what I'm saying afterwards when you said that she woke you up.
No, she was yelling. She was the only one. Like, I'm sure you're not going to stay up. They heard that shit. It's her. That's why I came outside in front of the cameras, so she won't try to lie on me again. That's why I came out here, and then she locked us out.
Anything happen out here?
No, that's why I come outside by the cameras.
Okay.
And when I came out, that's when she locked us out. She thought I wasn't gonna call the police. Thought I didn't have my phone in my hand.
Now you said you were gonna make a report with the sheriff's department.
Yeah,
at
tomorrow.
like 12.
That's what I was trying to do up at the gas station when I pulled the sheriff's department over, and I was asking them about the situation, and I showed them the messages too, and he told me he think I should wait till Friday and make a report, official report.
Looking at something.
I heard what he said and everything.
I just put myself in a messed up situation. And I'm thinking to go back to Europe. He said, you can't take the baby. Like, that's what I was trying. If I go back to Europe, I'm taking my baby.
Well, y'all...
I know that's not your problem.
Well, y'all have to go through family court.
Yeah,
You can't just...
I don't want to do this, but I'm here because I have nowhere to go.
Okay, well...
You were at a gas station when she started sending you all those messages?
Mm-hmm. She wasn't here. She left. She took her and her son when the police first was here. They had left.
You guys were here early? We were here early?
Yeah.
Oh, he was here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I don't know where I was. I was probably at jail. How old?
7 months.
7 months?
Yep.
100% yours?
Yes. Yes.
I mean... Y'all are putting yourselves in situations where y'all both about to go to jail.
I ain't put my hands on nobody.
Well, he's saying and everything like that.
I just got back home. How did I?
Anytime you walk in, like you can just walk in, and yes, there is a possibility you put your hands on them and everything.
But I didn't.
Well, you can say that, but it don't matter. All right, y'all are causing issues where you are both possibly going to go to jail, and I'm going to have BCF and take your kids.
Yes, thank you.
No, there's no thank you.
No.
There's no
meaning
thank
like
you.
I'm trying to tell
you
you.
You got to sober up, get some water in you or something like that.
No, that's not my thing. No, why is this thank you? I'm sorry. Because we've been through this before. You understand? And I keep telling him, DCF is getting involved. I'm a great mama. I never had none of these issues until I met you.
Well,
Why would I met you?
Okay, you got to fix your own problems, ma'am. You got to get a job or something.
I work.
Okay, you got to get your own situation and get your stuff together. You all are both two grown adults.
Yeah. They already told me to go to Women in Distress. It's because I work. My job is 9 hours. I have 2 kids.
She say shit like this. She did this when I was in Chicago, telling him he wasn't mine. But okay, if he's not mine, and you saying this, why you write my name on the birth certificate?
Yeah.
So I got this. So I go to court. I would show the court this also, that you're doing this, but yet I'm taking care of this child, but it's not mine.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of you, and another child is not mine. It don't make sense.
Well, at that point, if you keep getting more and more reports of her being verbally abusive and stuff like that towards you, it'll help in a custody battle if you guys ever split up too. So,
well,
any documentation you can get.
Well, we have at least 6 domestic charges out here against her, from bites, cut marks, all that shit against me about 2 years ago.
Gotcha.
So I officially want to make a report.
That was here in Lantana?
Yeah.
All that stuff happened?
Yes. Well, this happened in it was happened on Woolbright, so Boynton Beach.
But you have all those reports? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you keep those and keep documenting, I don't know. You plan on staying with her?
No, she got to go. Friday, when we have to pay again, she got to go.
Definitely.
Well, I'm leaving no matter what. I already got somewhere else to go on Friday, so.
And you guys both have custody of the child. So.
Nobody has custody for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So both of you, it doesn't matter who the child goes with.
Yeah.
As long as it's with one of the parents. So.
Yep.
Woman in Distress only helps until 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm just talking. I have to talk to my therapist. I do therapy, so.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, I have anxiety and depression.
All right. Well, drinking and helping.
I just only did it today. I never drinking alcohol. Oh, sorry. Let me stop talking.
I know you're intoxicated.
No, I'm intoxicated, but I'm just heartbroken to see my husband come home from work and act this crazy because, for what?
I don't know.
That's what I'm grateful for. To see that you leave Chicago, come back to Florida, beg for your family, and call the cops on me because I'm drinking. Okay, if I was not taking care of my kids, then I take care of my kids. I could be drunk, officer, but I wake up. My baby, I wake up and take care of my kids. So I don't see why he's doing this. It's not going to bother me because I take care of my kids. I'm a great mom. It's just, see, it's a fact that you say you want your family back. You left Chicago and come back to cause me harm.
She's probably going to try and fight that. We'll probably get caught out here and stuff like that.
She have nowhere to go. Have no finances. You from St. Martin. You have no ID, no social, no nothing. You can't take care of a child. You have a child here already that you can't take care of. Don't know who his father is.
This is your first?
With her, yes.
How many other children you got?
I have one other son.
How old is he?
He's 11.
He's 11?
Yeah, he's in St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
That's where you're from?
Yeah.
That's where my dad's from.
Okay.
Where at?
South side.
How close is that to the baseball fields?
Downtown?
Yeah. You know where Cardinals Stadium is?
Tin Roof.
That's kind of where
I work for Tin Roof. And we got a Tin Roof like a block away from
my dad was born over by the stadium.
Okay, so yeah, that's downtown. South side, that's like 10, 15 minutes away. Not that far.
I rather DCF was about to take because I was homeless. I was going to be homeless, and that's why I called him. I want to make DCF take my kids. Because it's
y'all, you understand you can be homeless here if the hotel here kicks you out. Guess what?
No, that's the thing is the hotel won't because the lady knows.
They will. No, don't say they won't.
No, and he think I will kiss his ass because I don't make money like him. But I would rather DCF take my kids. You know why? Because my kids will be in a safe environment when I get my life together. So if he think it's going to harm me, it's not. It's going to help me, help my kids. And that's why I'm hurt, because I'm married. Like, we are legally married. We're not just going to a church. We're married at the courthouse. You leave Chicago, sell your car, come back to be with your family, but you calling the cops on me because you don't get your vote. We went to Dollar Tree today. My neighbor's says I cook, so my neighbors buy food. Oh, you don't have to buy all that because we don't have to. I'm like, yeah, because I have to cook for the neighbors. I cook in it. Since earlier he's very controlling. So since earlier I have this controlling thing with him, but I'm not even worried. I'm just worried about
What's your son's name?
Jamal.
So you work for Tenerife? As in like the actual like the club in Delray?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm the executive chef there.
Okay.
Well, I've been to 11 locations so far. I've been working for him for 7 years now.
You're working at the Delray one right now? You guys got some good bartenders out there. Not that I would know, but
we lost a lot of them to Fort Lauderdale when that new store opened.
Who's the one like really, really tall dude? He's got to be at least 6'9".
Black dude?
Yeah.
Andrew? Anthony?
It might be.
Goofy.
That dude's
Yeah.
He's goofy.
Anthony. Yeah.
He's definitely goofy.
That's Anthony.
He's funny.
I call him Black Sideshow Bob.
I can't believe this guy really came back.
What's his birthday?
2017.
I didn't know they had more than one Tenerife.
Yep. Got 28, 29 locations.
State of Florida or U.S.?
All over, yeah. All over.
You made decent money?
75,000 a year.
Shit. That's decent money.
It's all right. It's a career.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good career that even if...
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not staying here. Like, well, if you put your hands on me again, no, I'm not doing it.
No, we're definitely not going to inform you guys to stay together tonight, but he's also conducting an investigation right now, so I have no idea what his plans are, but we're definitely going to...
No, he's not. No, he's not. When you walk away and you ain't really do no investigation. Now I'm trying to... Boy...
All right, now. That's it. Listen, no more. You two stay separate. I don't.
I'm surprised you guys came back. I was in the living room.
No argument.
Did not say a word.
There's no reason. I'm not here for my own health.
I know. I was in the living room.
You two are grown adults. Stop it.
I was in the living room.
Stop it.
I know, but I didn't say nothing to him.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you, I'm not coming back.
He's trying to put me to
jail. And you know what? You can go to jail.
Yeah, I know. Because that's what he's trying to do.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't exempt you from not possibly going to jail. Do you understand? Okay. I don't know why he's lying. I don't know if you're lying to me. All I know is your statement and his statement.
You doing your job.
All right? Y'all both need to cut this out, or both y'all are going.
I have no reason to lie. If can you call your supervisor?
That'll be him. He's not the supervisor here.
All right, man. So she denies it.
I know you already. Can I get a supervisor?
Sure.
Let me get a supervisor, man. No, I'm not going to do this.
Supervisor.
I'm not going to do this, bro. I'm not.
What are you doing? What?
Bro, she put her hands on me. A person can deny it all day, but I'm not. Listen, there's no disrespect to y'all, but I'm not gonna keep doing this, bro. This not the first time. This not the second time. This not the third time. We in Chicago. You lied about that shit. All I did was grab you. I have all these cut marks.
Listen,
all these bite
wants
marks.
To know why you want them.
Because the simple fact is, this situation did not go as the way it should. I didn't call you guys for no reason. I called you for a reason.
What, to arrest a mother on Thanksgiving?
Yes, that put her hands on me. Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, there's no marks on you?
Boy, this shit is so f***ing ignorant, boy. So f***ing ignorant. But if it was her calling you and told you I put my hands on you, y'all would have f***ing arrested me. Like, come on now.
Well, we have to, you know,
I want to hear that shit.
we have to have physical proof and stuff.
Hear that shit, bro.
Just go inside for now.
Somebody f***ing talking.
Okay, we'll go inside for now.
I'm talking to you.
Go inside, please.
And threatening me, putting your f***ing hands on me, thinking it's alright. Y'all got me f***ed up, man. Lock us out. Come on, it's a reason for this shit, bro. You locked me out. Come on, man. Make that shit make sense, bro. Talking about bugging on Thanksgiving. You think she give a f*** how she acting? Oh, y'all don't see that shit.
Yes.
Okay. So he's asking the supervisor because he's saying that she put his hands on his neck and pushed him, and he's wanting her to be arrested for domestic violence. So I interviewed her separately, denied it. Interviewed her child who witnessed the whole incident. The child said, my mom didn't put her hands on anybody. They were arguing about him calling the police last time. And he's just upset because he's saying he wants the mother of his child to be arrested for domestic violence. But like, he's just being so animated and everything in the you know, like, I mean, so he's asking for a supervisor. No, nothing. There's no marks, nothing. Anything of that nature. He was the same way as last time. Like, I interviewed the child separately. I asked the mom, I said, Mom, can I speak to your son separately? She said yes. You know, so. Yes, sir.
Thanksgiving or not, you gotta show a person it's not right for them to put their hands on you.
No,
correct?
I don't think that's what he meant by it. So what
do we mean by it?
So listen, what I'm guessing is you have no marks whatsoever.
Okay.
You have nothing.
She didn't have no marks, no nothing on her.
No,
and
she
I
doesn't.
went to jail.
No, she doesn't.
And I went to jail
for
her telling them that I pushed her. I pushed her. That's what she told them. That I fucking pushed her. And I went to fucking jail. She came in there. She choked me, mushed me twice in my fucking face. She can do that? That's okay.
No, I don't think
so.
that's
So
okay.
it's okay for me to mush her? So it's going to be okay for me to push her in her face? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay for her to push me out the door to make sure I can't come in with my son.
No, I don't.
Lock the door.
No, I don't believe that's okay whatsoever. But what he's getting at is we need physical proof, such as a witness statement, or we need marks, stuff like that. We need something so when we write the probable cause affidavit, we have something to put down. You get what I'm saying?
Fuck no, I don't get what you're saying, bro.
Okay.
Person's not gonna put their hands on me and get away with it. Threatening me with violence while I'm laying her next to my son. Agitating me, wanting me to put my hands on you, but me not wanting to, getting up as a man and walking away like I always done.
No, I definitely get your frustration. No one.
Just trying to keep them whipping her ass.
Supervisor's on the way, okay?
Sometime this fucking day.
How long you guys been staying here?
We just got here maybe 2 months ago.
2 months.
Yeah.
Where were you before?
Motel 6, but she was at
that one?
Yeah, she was at her grandparents' house.
Oh, so it was just you?
Yeah, me and him.
You and the shop?
And her grandparents put her out. and the kids out because she was drunk, and they said she wasn't taking care of my son. And her son is in there now. So they called me like 3 o'clock in the morning. Son's on the side of the road, come pick him up. I don't know what your wife gonna do. When I get there, she in the house arguing with them, police ready to lock her up. It's like, take her with you. Like, she got an order of protection on me. She can't come with me. I'm like, she already lied about that. She won't let me get my son. And now I can get my son because you're in a position you in now. You're using me for a place to stay. You have nowhere else to go. None of your family wants you because of your behavior, because of what you do. But you make it seem like I'm the bad guy. I'm in here sleep with my son. That's it. That's it. With my son. That's all I'm doing. Sleep with my son. I need to put some shoes on.
You want me to go grab them?
No, I'll grab them myself.
Alright. Well, she's up there is why I'm asking.
What they got to do with me?
No, I'm just... I'll stand by, make sure nothing goes
I
on.
need to go to jail. Fuck.
Yeah.
I never touched it. I don't know what he's.
Listen, the other officer already asked you. He's the primary investigator on this case.
Yeah, I never touched him. I don't know.
Okay, well listen. He's going inside to grab his shoes. Please do not talk to him. Please don't do anything. Just sit there.
Yeah.
Be quiet, please.
They got the baby on the streets. 2 a.m. in the morning, bring the baby up. Like, I just came home. Ever since you guys came first, I left. I came home and sleep with my son. He has a protection order. I don't know, he's trying to get back to me because he wants me to take him out of the bar. I don't, this is I came home to sleep. This is too much for me. I have anxiety and depression, but he's doing too much. My case look is just taking it to me. This is too much. I need to sleep. It's Thanksgiving. Also, can he leave my baby?
Listen,